All right, people. I want to share with y'all my story. This actually happened to me today, earlier today, like around between the hours of 2 and 4 o'clock. Was on my way to the health food services, pretty much trying to get some food stamps. You did, and if anybody know Houston, I was in like by Madison High School, but I'm on feet, so I take the bus and I walk. I got all the way to Madison High School basically, and I was trying to get the Buffalo Speedway, but I was in an area I never been before, so I was letting my GPS take me. Got dropped off over there at Madison High School. Started walking basically about 22 minutes towards the direction of 288. I got to Orem and Alameda. So I'm thinking to myself, man, GPS said that when I originally got dropped off at Madison, it was probably like a 12-minute walk. So I checked to see if I'm going the right way. And I thought I was because the GPS showed that if I kept straight, I was going in the right direction. So I put my phone back in my pocket. This lady, she ended up getting my attention. Basically, sir, have you seen this young kid wearing black and red? I'm like, nah, I haven't. So I kept on walking. Like I said, I thought it was gonna be about 12 minutes worth of a walk, man. I'm still walking past 22 minutes to 30 minutes. So I keep on walking from Alameda and on. Next thing you know, I end up getting to 288. So it's pretty much a dead end. Either I go right or left, which would be feeder to the highway on both sides. Going straight was just a dead end of bushes. So I get there and realize, man, I don't see what I was looking for in the view. So it's gonna make a long walk. So I clicked in my head, maybe I'm going the wrong way. Pull out my phone and confirm that I was going the wrong way. Apparently, it shifted. Like when I looked at the GPS the first time over there, where the lady asked me the question, I wasn't like the screen didn't flip. So found out I was going the wrong way, and I'm walking. Basically, just walked about 45 minutes total, and so I was like, man, I'm about to sit down. Like I said, I'm trying to get back right with that big man upstairs. So on a normal day, I have my headphones where I'm listening to music blasting. So this day, I didn't have my headphones. I decided, man, I'm finna just relax since I don't walk this long way. I ain't ate nothing yet. So I sit down under this tree, shaded tree, put my backpack uh, as my head rests and just lay my back down. You know what I'm saying? Everything, the area looked clean, so I was like, cool. Pulled out my Bible and started reading Genesis where I left off. Well, I read like 5 to 10 minutes into it, and you know, I decided, I got enough energy now to get ready to go back to try to go the right way. As soon as I lift up, man, I see a little boy with black and red. So, and he walking by himself. I asked him, man, you good? What's going on, man? He didn't want to say nothing. He looked like he was scared, like he did something wrong. So I say, man, what you doing, man? You know this area? He ain't want to say nothing. So I'm like, man, trying to run away? He gave me that look, but he still didn't say nothing. So I'm like, man, sit down. He sat down. This kid didn't look like he was no more than 8 or 9, you know. It's an elementary kid. And he sit down by me. He's still not really talking. And so I asked him questions. I'm like, you know, what happened? Tell me what happened. He didn't tell me, so I asked him, you in trouble? Kind of shook his head and he looking away. I'm like, I can't hear you, man. It's good. I'm letting him know it's just me and you. Ain't nobody that I'm gonna be able to tell this to, so you good. So he ended up, he finally started opening up a little bit as I continue asking him questions. I say, so tell me what happened, man. Why you doing this, man? Because things could go real south for you, basically. So he tells me his school teacher, got mad at him because kids was throwing something either at the school teacher or whatever. I don't know, but the boy said that the young boy by the name is his name's Robert, which I found out. But he said that it wasn't him; that it was another student. He told the teacher, but the teacher didn't believe him. So I asked him, "Well, are you telling the truth? Was it really you, or was it really somebody else?" He was like, "Yes." And the look that he gave me let me know he was telling the truth. So I was like, man, is this something that this kid he always does? He was like, well, it's two of them with the same name. One's my friend and one just sit with me. And so I asked, is it your friend that did this or the other one that sit with him? He said the one that just sit next to him, actually. So he says, so I say, so you were scared that your mom was going to whoop you? He's like, yeah. I was like, man, well, it's dangerous out here, man. And if you look to the right, you only can go left or right. You know what I mean? And either way you go, it's going to be ongoing traffic. You keep straight, it's gonna be nothing but woods, man. If something was to happen to you, your mom would be real sad and hurt. And I was telling him, the teacher being mad at you, man, that's temporary. You know, even whoopings would be temporary. I say, when you get a whooping, it hurt, don't it? He said, yeah. I say, well, you go cry, probably cry yourself to sleep, but the next morning when you wake up, do it still hurt the same way it did when you got whooping? He said no. So I say, see, it's temporary. Now, if I wasn't here and you was to be going on by yourself, man, you could be in danger, man. You could die. And your mother would have pain for a long time. Even though it's temporary, it'll be a long time because she'll never be able to bring you back. I let him know of a story about me losing somebody and how thoughts will be the only thing that you have. You won't be able to bring them back. And so he starts opening up a little bit more. I asked him if he got a phone or if he got a little Instagram or whatever. No. So I asked him what school he went to. Called the school up, let him know that. Well, I asked him, has there been any reports of a missing child or whatnot? Because if so, I think I got the child or whatnot. And they said, yeah, school been looking for him. Police been looking for him. His mother been looking for him. So I gave him the location and, let him know I'll stay there until somebody comes. And basically we start waiting. But in that time frame, I'm still thinking, man, I don't want this kid to just, end up leaving. So we just basically start talking about anything. Mortal Kombat, who your favorite player is, Assassin's Creed, what's your movies, trying to school him on the old school Mortal Kombat because he's a youngster. But long story short, his mother pulls up and she's crying, but she doesn't get out the car right away. She recognizes me and I see she's on the phone and she says, I seen him to the person, meaning that she seen me earlier and asked me the question. And she got out, she's crying and hugging him and she ended up hugging me and she tells him I'm his angel. Like, this is your angel for the day. And she thanking God and she thanking me. And, you know, I let her know. She started she was hysterical. So, of course, her voice was, seeming like she was yelling to somebody else who probably didn't know what was going on. But she was asking them, why would you do this? What's going on? You got people thinking that I'll whoop you. You got the cops at the house. And so I tell her, I say, it's not that, situation happened where it was a misunderstanding and the teacher didn't believe him when he told him that it wasn't him. And, they got in the car and left off. And, I got back on my journey. By this time, the place I was set to go was about to close. But during this time, I'm walking and I'm thinking, man, God is really real, man. And even myself, as knowledgeable as I am about God and His work, this was the first time that I've actually got confirmation of how real He is with no doubt. I've been asking for Him to send me a sign that I can understand and not overlook and not, overthink. And this was nothing but God, man. So if there's anybody out there that's beating themselves up or that's not going in the right direction or need help, man, just know it's not you. You can plan all you want to. Google had me going to the right direction up until if I wouldn't have been there, something could have happened to that dude. If I would have asked that lady when she asked me the question, if I'd have backdoored and said, well, do you know how to get to this spot? And she told me the right direction, and I'd have changed courses, I would have never ran into that little boy. So, people, man, get to this book, man. This book is the guide to your life. You feel me? Stay with this book, man, as much as you can. He the truth. All them little soap operas and TV shows, man, it's realer stuff in this book that will have you entertained and plus help you out in life. So I just wanted to share my story with anybody who'd listen. And I'm speaking low because I just don't talk loud. You feel me? So if you can't hear me, I might make another video. But if you can, take this and, man, run with it. God is real, man. The devil real too. So that's why you gotta keep in mind God is real. Let him be your God. Y'all be cool. How y'all be cool.